After days of planning and risk assessment, police say they will return to Whakaari White Island tomorrow morning to bring back the bodies of those still there. The death toll from Monday's eruption stands at 8, with 2 more people dying in hospitals last night. 8 people remain on the island, missing, presumed dead. It has been a harrowing few days for their friends and whānau, with growing frustration over police refusing to go back to the island until a safety plan was in place. Police Deputy Commissioner Mike Clement is now briefing those families on the return plan and will speak to media when that wraps up. We will bring you the latest as soon as it's available. The police recovery plans come despite GNS putting the likelihood of another eruption in the next 24 hours at 50 to 60%. GNS says the status of the island remains highly volatile and the likelihood of an eruption is up from 40 to 50% yesterday. This afternoon, senior scientist Graham Leonard showed media a map indicating the level of risks relevant to each area on Whakaari White Island.
Every time GNS goes to the island, we use these risk assessments, even when the risk is very low. These zones are based on the likelihood of eruption that I just gave you, and the risk increases towards the crater and decreases out to sea. Effectively, the red zone is a no-go for GNS staff, and the other zones need special approval. As scientists, we need a strong reason to enter the yellow zones. Police make their own decisions. We have shared our internal risk assessment, shown here, with the police. These zones are dynamic, as the status of the volcano is highly volatile and uncertain, and these maps are currently being updated daily.
Police this morning indicated the bodies on the island are within 300 metres of the shoreline, clustered in groups in a 200-metre radius. They've also said their preference for bringing the bodies back is to get in and out as fast as possible. Health authorities have also been providing updates on the condition of the dozens of people seriously injured in the blast. This is Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, speaking to media this afternoon.
21 patients remain in our burns units across the country. The repatriation to Australia of Australian citizens has been going exceptionally well, and this has taken significant pressure off our burns units. And over the last 24 hours, 4 flights have taken place, and another 4 flights are planned for today. So 7 Australian patients have so far been returned to Australia in intensive care capable aircraft, and 6 further patients are planned to be transferred in the following 24 hours. All patients who have been transferred to Australia are being cared for in specialist burn centres in Australia. The repatriation of remaining Australian patients will occur as their clinical state permits, and there is a very close liaison between our clinicians here and those in Australia at the receiving centres. The patients remaining in our burns units include 2 New Zealanders and a mix of other nationalities. They continue to require the highest level of care, and a small number are very unwell. Our intensive care and burns teams throughout all of the burns units continue to work around the clock, putting in huge hours and showing, as we know they do, an unbelievable commitment to ensuring the very best care for patients.
And that's the Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield.